After the Big Bang, Earth emerged within a galaxy. Born amidst the dance of flames, it was but one among many planets. The first smile of Earth, the portrait of a young planet, marked the beginning as matter and energy blended, welcoming a new dawn. The land received the kiss of the wind, while the sea shimmered in the moonlight. If one listens to the cosmic song, Earth resonates as the anthem of life. In the primitive waves, with the first breath, life sprouted, rooted deeply from a tiny seed. As the songs of the forest, meadow, and waterside echoed, Earth bloomed into the flower of life. We are all but a petal of that flower, the origin of Earth's life, a gift from the cosmos. Every life that blossomed on this small planet is a descendant of the Big Bang, carrying forward the cosmic song. Hello. Today we'll take a moment to explore the state and evolution of Earth after the Big Bang, understanding the process of the emergence of life on Earth. Subscribing and liking the video greatly supports our content creation. Approximately 13.7 billion years ago, the universe was born in the event known as the Big Bang. Since then, the cosmos has been continuously expanding, filled with matter and energy. Earth, along with other planets in the solar system, formed around 4.6 billion years ago from gases and dust surrounding the Sun. In its early stages, Earth was extremely hot, lacking oceans and atmosphere. Around 2-3 billion years after its formation, Earth experienced a collision with the primordial planet Theia, causing the surface to melt again and giving birth to the Moon. This process increased Earth's rotation speed and strengthened its magnetic field. Over the next 500 million years, internal eruptions and asteroid impacts supplied water and carbon dioxide, forming oceans and a dense atmosphere. During this time, Earth's temperature was high due to the greenhouse effect. In the following billion years, Earth's internal convection stabilized, leading to the formation of tectonic plates and the beginning of their movement. The creation, movement, and subduction of these plates brought magma to the surface, forming volcanic islands. Over time, these islands piled up to create continental seeds, initiating the formation of continents. Around 1.5 billion years after Earth's birth, the first life forms emerged. The exact origin of life remains unclear, but a prominent hypothesis points to hydrothermal vents in the mid-ocean ridges. These vents provided an environment where rising magma supplied materials and energy, facilitating the birth of life. The initial life forms were single-celled organisms, likely originating from a common ancestor called Luca, last universal common ancestor. For the next 2.5 billion years, oxygen-producing photosynthetic bacteria appeared. These bacteria utilized water and carbon dioxide to generate energy and oxygen. The increasing oxygen levels filled the oceans and eventually reached the atmosphere, creating an environment where life could thrive beyond the seas. Over the next 3.5 billion years, multicellular organisms emerged, cooperating among multiple cells to perform more complex and diverse functions. As oxygen levels continued to rise, multicellular life evolved rapidly, increasing its diversity. Finally, around 4.5 billion years after Earth's birth, animals appeared. Animals are complex, multicellular organisms with a developed skeleton, capable of movement, feeding, and reproduction. Starting in the oceans, animals conquered the land and diversified into numerous species with various forms and characteristics. Among them, humans rose as beings with high intelligence and cultural evolution, transcending the Earth to explore the universe. Let me explain the collision with the primitive planet Theia and the process of moon formation. Theia, a Mars-sized primitive planet, collided with Earth approximately 4.5 billion years ago. According to the giant impact hypothesis, fragments ejected from the collision coalesced to form the Moon. Some parts of Theia merged with Earth's core and mantle, contributing to the structure of our planet. Recent studies suggest that remnants of Theia may still exist near the boundary between Earth's mantle and core, forming two distinct rock layers. These layers are extensive, comparable to continents, with a thickness reaching hundreds of kilometers. They exhibit high density and richness in iron. Computer simulations propose that Theia's mantle sank to the boundary between Earth's core and mantle, later splitting into two distinct masses through mantle convection. The collision between Theia and Earth likely influenced not only the creation of the Moon but also the internal structure of our planet. The existence of Theia might represent a crucial distinction between Earth and other rocky planets. That concludes the explanation of the collision with Theia and the process of moon formation. Regarding the origin of life, several hypotheses exist. The oldest is the primordial soup hypothesis, suggesting that organic molecules formed in the early atmosphere and oceans, leading to the development of cell membranes and the emergence of the first life. However, this hypothesis lacks specific environmental conditions, making it less persuasive compared to other proposals. The currently most widely accepted hypothesis is the hydrothermal vent hypothesis. This proposal, first suggested in 1977, proposes that deep-sea hydrothermal vents discovered by submarines might have been the birthplace of life. These vents provided an environment where organic molecules were synthesized through catalytic reactions, and they supplied energy and nutrients. In fact, extremophiles have been observed thriving in high-temperature deep-sea hydrothermal vents. Other hypotheses include the rock model, mud catalysis hypothesis, small pond hypothesis, clay template hypothesis, and lava hypothesis. Each suggests different environments where organic molecules could have synthesized, and the basic units of life, such as self-replicators or cells, could have formed. However, these hypotheses are yet to be definitively proven due to insufficient evidence or experimental support. The chemical evolution hypothesis posits that, in the early Earth's atmosphere and oceans, organic molecules synthesized and evolved into complex, structured life forms. This hypothesis, supported by various experiments and studies such as the Miller-Urey experiment, has been substantiated. However, ongoing debates surround the composition of Earth's early atmosphere and the processes of organic molecule synthesis. Furthermore, the hypothesis lacks a comprehensive explanation of how organic molecules transitioned into living organisms. Therefore, it can be considered one of several plausible explanations for the origin of life. The evolution of living organisms underwent the following stages. 1. Chemical evolution of primitive Earth. Approximately 4.6 billion years ago, when the solar system formed, Earth emerged. The primitive Earth was rich in inorganic materials and underwent chemical reactions, transforming inorganic substances into organic molecules. This process is termed chemical evolution. 2. Emergence of the first life forms. Around 3.8 billion years ago, the first life forms appeared in the primordial oceans. These organisms, known as prokaryotes, lacked a cell nucleus and possessed a simple structure. Prokaryotes gained carbon from carbon dioxide and obtained energy by oxidizing inorganic substances, a process known as chemosynthesis. Photosynthesis and the oxygen revolution. About 2.8 billion years ago, cyanobacteria, a type of prokaryote, evolved photosynthesis. Photosynthesis converts light into energy, converting water and carbon dioxide into oxygen and organic compounds. Cyanobacteria released oxygen, initiating the oxygen revolution, oxidizing iron in the oceans, and accumulating oxygen in the atmosphere. The oxygen produced led to the extinction of anaerobic microorganisms, marking the oxygen revolution. 4. Formation of eukaryotic organisms. Around 1.8 billion years ago, eukaryotic organisms, with a more complex structure including a cell nucleus and organelles, emerged. It is theorized that eukaryotes formed through endosymbiosis, where one prokaryotic cell engulfed another, resulting in a mutually beneficial relationship. This is known as the endosymbiotic theory. 5. Appearance of multicellular organisms. About 1.2 billion years ago, multicellular organisms began to evolve from eukaryotic organisms. Multicellular organisms consist of multiple cells cooperating to perform diverse functions. They achieve this through cell division and differentiation, forming various tissues and organs. This marked the transition to more complex life forms. Diversification of life and mass extinctions. From around 542 million years ago to the present day, multicellular organisms continue to evolve and diversify in response to environmental changes and competition. However, periodic mass extinctions occurred due to abrupt environmental shifts or large meteorite impacts. There have been 5 major mass extinctions, with the most recent occurring 66 million years ago, leading to the extinction of dinosaurs in the Cretaceous-Paleogene mass extinction event. In summary, these stages illustrate the progression from the chemical evolution of primitive Earth to the diverse and complex array of life forms observed today. The evolution process from fish to mammals is as follows. Fish. Fish branch off from primitive vertebrates approximately 450 million years ago. They developed a well-developed nervous system and muscular system, enabling them to move rapidly underwater using fins and a tail. Fish possessed enzymes capable of synthesizing ascorbic acid and produced it in the kidneys. Amphibians. Around 360 million years ago, amphibians evolved from fish. Amphibians underwent changes, with fins and tails transforming into limbs and lungs evolving to enable them to survive on land. They retained the ability to synthesize ascorbic acid with enzymes and produced it in the kidneys. Reptiles. Approximately 310 million years ago, reptiles branched off from amphibians. Reptiles had scaly skin and reproduced by laying eggs. They also had enzymes capable of synthesizing ascorbic acid and produced it in the kidneys. 4. Birds. Birds diverged from reptiles around 150 million years ago. Birds developed feathers and wings, becoming warm-blooded and maintaining a constant body temperature. They possessed enzymes for synthesizing ascorbic acid and produced it in both the kidneys and liver. Mammals. Mammals emerged from reptiles around 200 million years ago. Mammals had fur and mammary glands, and they reproduced by giving birth to live young and nursing them with milk. Unlike previous groups, mammals lost the ability to synthesize ascorbic acid with enzymes and produced it in the liver. In summary, the evolutionary journey from fish to mammals demonstrates a progression of anatomical and physiological adaptations, including changes in appendages, respiratory systems, and reproductive strategies. The loss of the ability to synthesize ascorbic acid in mammals represents a distinctive shift in the evolutionary path. The evolutionary process of humans is as follows. Australopithecus. Ancestors of humans appeared in Africa between approximately 7 to 5 million years ago, known as Australopithecus. They were bipedal primates resembling monkeys but habitually walked on two legs. Notable representatives include Ardipithecus and Australopithecus afarensis. Homo habilis. Around 2.5 million years ago, Australopithecus evolved into Homo habilis, who started using stones as tools. Homo habilis is recognized for its stone tool technology and marked the beginning of the Homo genus. Homo erectus. Homo habilis evolved into Homo erectus around 2 million years ago. Homo erectus started migrating out of Africa approximately 2 million years ago, reaching different continents. They were proficient in using fire and developed more advanced stone tools. Homo sapiens. Homo erectus diversified into various species around 500,000 years ago, including Neanderthals, Cro-Magnons, Denisovans, and more. Cro-Magnons, around 40,000 years ago, evolved into modern Homo sapiens sapiens, which is the anatomically modern human species we are today. They demonstrated advancements in art, religion, language, and cultural practices. Evidence supporting human evolution includes anatomical evidence. Comparative anatomy reveals similarities in skeletons between humans and hominids. Shared features include the presence of fingers and toes and similarities in skull structure. Fossil evidence. Fossils of human ancestors have been found globally. Examples include Australopithecus fossils in South Africa, Homo erectus fossils in Java and China, and Neanderthal fossils in Europe. Genetic evidence. Genetic studies demonstrate a high degree of similarity between human DNA and that of other primates. For instance, human DNA is over 98% identical to chimpanzee DNA. Genetic evidence also supports the out-of-Africa hypothesis for human origins. Cultural evidence. Humans exhibit unique cultural practices such as tool usage, art creation, religious rituals, and language. These cultural innovations reflect the development and complexity of human brains and social cooperation. Behavioral evidence. Bipedalism, or walking on two legs, is a distinctive feature of humans. This adaptation provided advantages such as free use of hands, expanded vision, and easier temperature regulation. The evolution of upright walking is considered a significant milestone in human adaptation. In summary, the evidence from anatomy, fossils, genetics, culture, and behavior collectively supports the understanding of the evolutionary journey from Australopithecus to modern Homo sapiens sapiens. The prevalent theory in modern times is known as the modern evolutionary theory. It integrates Darwin's concept of natural selection, Mendel's laws of genetics, and population genetics. Formulated during the 1930s and 1940s, this theory recognizes factors like mutation, gene flow, genetic drift, and natural selection as contributors to evolution. It explains outcomes such as adaptation, coevolution, speciation, and extinction as results of the evolutionary process. Apart from the modern evolutionary theory, there are other evolutionary theories. For instance, Gene-centric evolution proposes that genes are the fundamental units of evolution, evolving in the direction that maximizes the benefits of genes. Creative evolution posits that evolution occurs according to a divine creative plan, with natural selection playing a role in preserving species. While these theories present different perspectives and assumptions, the modern evolutionary theory is widely accepted in the contemporary scientific community as the most valid and substantiated explanation. In summary, the above provides a brief overview of the mainstream modern evolutionary theory and alternative theories in the field of evolution.